Should be recording. Let me get around this thing. Ooh. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a test. Can you hear me? How does the lighting look? I'm trying some things with some colors. It's Mardi Gras season. Got some purple, got some green, and the gold is going to substitute for the leg and the other lamp there. But anyway, I was sitting there thinking, I had a brainstorm, and I was thinking about music, because it is Mardi Gras season, and I love music, and I love Mardi Gras. It's a great festival. Catholics will understand what I'm talking about. Caesar, he knows what I'm talking about. In fact, we have a funny story about us trying to get off on Mardi Gras Day when we were in the Army, because he was Catholic, and he kind of BS'd his way to say that I was from Louisiana when I'm really from Mississippi and Florida, but I've lived in Louisiana, whatever. Anyway, so I used to work for a recording studio in New Orleans, all the way up until Katrina. Not for very long, but I had to evacuate when Katrina hit. But in that time, that very short period of time in my life when I worked in New Orleans, I got to record all kinds of bands. I worked with every type of music you could possibly think of. You got it. Anything from gospel to choir music to brass bands to blues bands to funk bands to, did I say brass bands? Brass bands. Just solo artists. I'm just like, every type of music you possibly think of, I got to record it. And it was the most wonderful experience of my life. And I love it. So I got a great appreciation for a lot of different types of music. As you can see, I am a musician. And if you've watched any of the other videos that I put out where it's me and not Jeremy, he tells all the stories and I just do shit and film it. One of which being like the cigar box guitars, hit me up, work something out. Anyway, going back to what I was saying with the music, I love heavy music. Like, give it to me hard and fast, slow and heavy, funky and groovy, just anything that like passes the Bob test. The Bob test, like you're listening to something and you just not even thinking about it, and your head sort of subconsciously nodding to it. That's what I'm talking about, that kind of stuff. That's New Orleans. So one of my most favorite artists is Dr. John from New Orleans. He's since passed away, but whatever, he had a song, it was a huge hit back in the 70s all over the world, called Right Place, Wrong Time. I'm sure you've probably heard it. If you don't know the name or the name of the artist, if you heard the opening riff too, you'd be like, oh yes, I've seen this in movies before, and I've heard it here, or I've heard it there, or I remember, or you might actually know who it is. Anyway, so there's another heavy band that I like. Now, Dr. John, not heavy. He was probably heavy for his time, psychedelic, kind of weird stuff back in the 60s and 70s, 80s, whatever. But out of New Orleans came Phil Anselmo, who was the lead singer of Pantera, a stoner, heavy groove kind of metal, part of the Big Four, I guess, or whatever it was. Anyway, so he's got a side project called Down, and it's all members of heavy bands from New Orleans, or the New Orleans area, and they have a new album coming out, and one of the first tracks that just dropped the other day is a cover of Dr. John's Right Place, Wrong Time. And at first I was like, is this gonna suck? Because I really love the original version of that song. I mean, I really love the original version of that song. It speaks to my soul. And I heard Down's version of it, and I got to admit, like, they Phil did it justice. I listened to it twice. I listened to it earlier at work, like over my laptop speakers. I'm like, okay, yeah, kind of, all right, And then I got home and I listened to it proper, and I'm like, oh wow, this thing really jams, man. So if you are a fan of Dr. John, but don't know who Down is, or Phil Anselmo, or Pantera, or anything like that, go check out Down's version of Right Place, Wrong Time. And if you don't know who either people are, do yourself a favor, go look up Dr. John, absorb everything he's ever put out, just do it, just have it going on in your brain at all times. That is your new homework. Dr. John, absorb it, know it, love it, be it, right? And then after that, branch off into the other stuff. But Down, definitely go check them out because they are rad as hell. New album coming out. Also, Anthrax has a new album coming out, which is awesome. And who else? Clutch has a new album coming out this year. Man, 2020, Corrosion of Conformity has a new album coming out this year. Man, 2026 is shaping up to be a good year for music, guys. I'm telling you, if you're into the stuff that I'm into. If you're not. If you're curious, go check out any of those people I just name dropped. And as Caesar always says, be smart, be safe, and don't do stupid shit. We'll catch you on the next one. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we love you. Leave a comment below, and just eat me up for being a weirdo right now. Love you guys. This is an impromptu thing. There's no tops or tails on it or anything like that. Just I'm farting around in the studio is what I'm doing. Messing around with lights. Nobody else is here in the house but me, and I've got all the time in the world right now, so I'm experimenting. Just eat me up with the comments. Love you guys. Later.